And 14-7 it was to Argentina, and they've been so close. They met in Wellington, they met in Las Vegas, and there was only one score there, and here we go. So it's very close, this two. And Argentina, well, I think Santiago Gomez-Cora, the new coach, has been very sensible. He's bringing new players, giving them experience, and only 4 of them here were last year in that plate final. With a side now, he's got Finco, Arruali, Cortez in the start lineup here. France, well, they have much more, remarkably continuity. They had 8 of them here last year, and continuity is very important. They've lost a key player, I think, in scrum half, Brahua, who broke his jaw just recently, but he's brought in a couple of players, and Icardi is there, the new one. Paul Albadejo, 40th test here, and 24th for the captain, Vincent Denio. Surprised in a way that the 2 of his quickest players, Delmas and Candelon, are on the bench, but we'll see. Pretty nice here, isn't it?
Beautiful, Nigel. Beautiful weather, some beautiful scenery. I'm expecting this one to be a real physical matchup between Argentina and France. I just think that they play a similar type of game plan, and maybe that's the thinking of Pomerau, taking off his fast men and putting in some more beef.
It's a bit hot outside, I tell you. Must be something around about 32, something like that. For the players, it's exhausting. They can't strip off like they can. Well, it's going to be an interesting one, this one, I think. Very close in the past, and they'll be looking to be the winner in the bowl final to beat Canada. It's interesting, really, Carl, that, you know, some of these coaches have brought in new players to get the experience, whereas France don't. You know, they sort of have the continuity. They've got 8 of them from last year.
Yeah, the cohesion there will be the thinking for them. I'm pretty sure Vincent Denio, well, he's been around the circuit for a very long time. He's a big unit. Saw him in the hotel at breakfast, and geez, he can eat as well. A couple of plates down without even blinking.
From England, referee, new this season, Ian Tempest.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. Captain.
Well, Argentina had a rough time against Tonga, 17-12. France beat Portugal in the bowl quarterfinals, 2016-14. Denio, Albaladejo, and the captain, Vincent Enigo. They've got really experienced key players here, just the one new player, and this is the new one, Icardi, well taken by Inigo, away by Albadejo. And this is Denio, big, powerful man, 31-year-old now, 6'4", 15.5 stone. Used to play for Dax. It was good play there too. But you know, he's sort of 8 years. He first played in London, 2005.
France, please.
Yeah, good recognition there from the captain, realising the space in behind the defensive line of Argentina has put his team in prime position in the 22
in the
of the Pumas.
Stefan. Thank you, they're good.
Well, that was a loss, wasn't it? And Albadejo goes to the short side. Vincent Inigo, good pass here. And there he is, second time in that move.
Nothing there, he's going.
It's really comforting, isn't it, when you get the first try like that?
Yes, indeed, and there goes the one who's going to get it, but this comes down to the captain first. It was from a long kick that he chased, and then he got the line out steal, did Vincent Denial. A great interpassing there in the short space by the French team, and as you said, Nigel, the perfect start.
Well, he played all last season. Used to play for Bayonne. But he's not just a rugby player, he's also a photographer full-time. And is very useful 30-year-old now.
Behind, please.
And like Alba Ladejo and a couple of the others, he's been there, what now, 8 seasons. Not that they play all the tournaments, but has that experience. Whereas you've got here with 5 new players in this Argentina side, 3 of them in the starting lineup. They do that quite a lot, don't they?
Please.
I mean, is it sensible? I mean, you're going to lose your position probably, aren't you, with the possession of the ball?
Yeah, and that's the approach that sometimes Argentina take, using the kick to great effect. They got it down to the 22, but as we all know, possession is 9/10 of the law in sevens, isn't it? And
I mean, when you were captaining New Zealand and Gordon Titchens and so on, would he say don't put it into touch like that? He still does, I think.
Yeah, no, he would, and I'll probably get taken off the very next break and play if I did that.
It's a kind bounce, wasn't it? Gaston Rivol. He's experienced too. 26 times he's played tournaments. So they know what it's all about. But the new ones are learning. And this is Franco Sabato. Relatively new, 6 times. You can't just play around when you've got to keep up. You can't just lie down.
Vantage. Clear release.
There you are.
Clear release.
Slow it down now. Vincent Denial just saying, wait there. It'll be an interesting tactic. Do they use the tap kick or go to the line out? They're going to set it up and go to the right-hand side and load that area.
They don't hurry, do they? In you go to Alba Ladejo, into the hands of Dalinha. Denio. And that was Logel. Nicely done. Aicardi, he's got through. Well, he got 2 tries in the game against Spain yesterday, and looks very promising. I think a 24-year-old who's from Saint-Nazaire, and he had, of course, the bit of experience when he went to Colombia in the World Games at Cali. That was useful for them to just get that what it's all about.
You can see there the late cut by Renego, just taking the ball forward, manipulating the fence, taking it in, and then drops it off to Jeremy Aicardi, who I think, as you said, Nigel's been good.
Yeah.
He's backed himself. That's the one for mine, and he really...
Yeah, he's big as well and quick.
Yeah. Always draws in defenders, always a threat.
Yeah. So it's 12-0. That's a good start for France. They've had that edge over Argentina in this whole of last season. They actually were a bit unlucky, I think, in the Rugby World Cup in Moscow. They only just lost to Kenya 19-24, and they drew with Australia. They beat Spain, they beat Tunisia. They were very disappointed at not getting into the Cup semi-final, that's for sure.
Scrum.
Finkel, they're hitting a nice line, and Santiago's Gomez score, I can't believe it.
Saying back time he gets some tries. He only got 230.
Oh, he was a tough man to stop. He
was
drum.
The most ever. And of course, he was with his brother Pablo winning the Cup final in Los Angeles in 2004.
Clearly, please.
Just won twice. They then won in USA again in San Diego in 2009.
Set.
But they haven't got much ball. Alba Ladejo, little show. Aicardi again.
Open play.
Ball went to Argentina. Now a bit of a chance. Not a good ball though, was it? Revol and halfway line. It's a better one. Lojal then. Going wide.
Okay, first knock on.
There was a little knock on.
Second.
Says referee Ian Tempest.
Scrum Argentina ball.
He's going to play the scrum out too as the half-time hooter sounds. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Okay. Bit of a disappointment for Argentina there. Of course, at this stage of the game, yesterday it was pretty hard and it's been pretty hot and exhausting in these conditions. But France comfortably at the moment anyway, 12 points to 0.
One area of concern I'm sure that Santiago Gomez Cora, the Argentinian coach, will be talking about is missed tackles. They've missed 4 in fact, and France have missed none, so you can't do that in the game of sevens. They've had no possession whatsoever, so they've got to look after it when they do. Not defence, they've got to be connected, they've got to shift across this one.
It's interesting really in that first that Santiago Gomez Cora just really put his new players in. The captain Nicolas Brozzoni was on the bench, and Diogo Palma and Garrido, those three. So he's looking forward, isn't he? You know, knowing the next one is in Dubai and South Africa at Port Elizabeth. There's Frédéric Pomerol. Well, he's one of the few who's still there as a coach.
Yeah, it's a unique situation with them. But the French, I like the way they've defended. They've really bananaed up and got their centres rushing up so the Argentinians can't get their ball out to the wing. They've got to come back to their forwards, where I think France have a distinct advantage.
Well, Santiago has said, right, you better go on to Nicolas Brozzoni. Very influenced player, this guy. First played, what, Dubai, 2005. And here we are in 2013. Played all season last season. And not just a rugby player, he's also a PE teacher. I suppose that keeps him fit anyway. Goes into his hands. That's a good option actually by Martin Nunes Lassalle. Knock on though, knock on.
I was going to say that reminded me of his coach. He used to do that to great effect. Santiago Gomez Cora, kick and chase.
Right.
Scrum blue ball, please.
Great exponent of that, and he just got a bit caught up. Nunez, I think he got a bit excited. Had time to wait for the ball. He had support players to his right-hand side too.
Blue 12.
Here is the great man.
In fact, they do quite a lot, don't they? Little quips of the balls up the behind defence.
I was talking to Santiago Gomez last night too, and his handicap's just a bit lower than yours, Nigel's on a 15, so you've got a bit of competition.
This is Brozzoni covering. Down went Nunez. Ahwaji.
Available.
Good drive. Sensible pull that was. Ramiro de Finco, another of the new players from Kurapati. Brozzoni making it a bit more sharp, isn't he? Gaston Revol takes it inside. There's the try. Nicely done. Very neat. Very neat.
No, well worked try there from Las Pumas. Just opening the space, went down this near side of the field initially, and then when they got the ball and shifted it away from the contact area, there's big holes and they manipulated it perfectly, where Gaston Revol gets the perfect start for Argentina in the second half.
Good bit of work by Lucas De Vinci, who made his debut here just a year ago.
Sorry, mate.
So they're in close touch now. France 12, Argentina 7.
That came back to a kick from the French, who obviously using it as a tactic to kick it long and then chase up in defence, but the Argentinians were good enough to get back in numbers and support.
Well, they've had success really here since they've come to Gold Coast. They won in the bowl final in 2011, and last year they won the plate final as well.
Advantage knock on.
But they're still behind 5 points of France.
Advantage over.
Diego Palma.
No.
Covering is Candelon. Back now, though, it's Delmas, the two quickest players of their team of France.
Holding back off the ball.
Oh,
hold back.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. Just brought down was the Sarge. Cortez setting it up. Away by Revol. Overlap, surely could have used his hand, why not? Just the pass would have been good. This is Julien Janet kicking it up to the halfway. He had the clear overlap, didn't he?
Can't play the man on the floor.
Can't play the man on the floor. Quite right.
Here.
Both teams just kicking possession away. I don't understand it.
No, I mean, that was a godsend easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, like you said, Nigel, they had numbers loaded to the left-hand side. It just needed to go through their hands, and guys just running angles. Mind you, as you say, a lot of new guys for Argentina, so maybe just a lack of experience there on their part.
Yeah.
Okay, that's yours.
For that 4 each.
Jess, Amy, front to yours, please.
Argentina only one converted a try away from stealing this game, so a big throw here.
It's about 8 kicks of the whole day, isn't it?
Let's go.
Brazzoni then. Flipped away by Gaston Revol. Support there of Nunez. And there it is. Axel Muller, always just held. Well played in defence. Holding too long.
Oh, who was that,
Hang
man?
on.
That is brilliant defence.
Absolutely.
Look at this desperation. You would have put on money. Oh, that's brilliant. Delmas, is it?
Fantastic, yeah, absolutely. Oh, and Dalinia.
Penalties here.
My goodness me.
Go there, thank you.
Yeah. That's amazing. To stop the try, wasn't it?
Oh, that's just instinct right there. Using his feet. Stopping the player. This will be a good shot. Well done, boys in the truck.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here.
Oh, that is brilliant. Individual
Superb.
brilliant.
He didn't kick him in the face either. Just brilliant. Absolutely. So, still a chance for France with that one try, leading 12-7.
Up.
That could have been such a difference. Arbaladejo sends it wide. This is one of the quicker men. Delmas, well caught there though by Martin Nunez.
Not now.
We're under a minute now, Nigel, so they're going to have one more opportunity here. Argentina they don't need a rush, they just need to get it right. Brazzoni.
Well, they've had nearly the whole of this second half in the French half, haven't they?
It's got to be accurate here, the hooker and the captain. This is going to be the most important throw for their tournament.
Brazzoni. Now Revol. Not a clever pass, but it might be useful. Here's a chance here. Diego Palma, he's going to get it. This levels it. And maybe the conversion with, 15 seconds to go.
Nunez was the 1-2, was the provider for Palma, I think it was, coming around on the loop. There was question marks on the pass. Be interesting to see because the French players actually stopped.
Yep.
I thought it was okay. The hands are up, but this guy played on.
It's a kind bounce, wasn't it? Well, it's going to be on the conversion. It's 12-all. to the right hand of the post, so it's going to be extra time.
Can we have a coin brought on the pitch, please?
12-12.
Well, exciting stuff here. The French try to keep them out with some individual brilliance.
Guys, can we also send the two managers on, please, for
By
me?
Renaud Dalmas. But in the end, Argentina good enough to square it all up with opportunity, which they missed, to win the game with a conversion. But now golden point. Whoever scores first takes this game.
Well, it was, I'm sure, Rival a little disappointment.
Thought here, Nigel, you either go long, very long, and back your defence and try and shut Argentina down in their own 22, or you compete on the 10-metre line. And when you do that, you have the opportunity to maybe not go 10 where it's a turnover. Or if you tap back, it's a 50-50 ball.
Take us, yeah.
Just remembering about Jean-Claude Scraler, wonderful back row with Bastia and Jean-Pierre Rive, superb player. Back row that was. Anyway, he's the manager. He's on edge now, I'm sure. This is Bruzzoni.
Tackle only.
Oh, what a miss. Axel Muller tried to grabbed it too much. Oh dear, says Santiago Gomez Cora.
Argentina. That's yours.
Now is a real chance, isn't there?
Well, that's the payoff for kicking long, isn't it?
I tell you what, Uncle Paul Albaladejo might try the drop goal. Actually in the line out there. There he is. No, he won't be doing it, will he? He's in the line out. Like his uncle, he was a wonderful drop goaler. And this is Candelon. Now Logel. Remember, next score is the decider. Dalinha. This is Candelon. He's got it. Julien Candelon. The oldest player, one of the oldest in the whole tournament. The 33-year-old Julien Candelon. He's a hero for the moment. This man who first played in Paris in 2006. So, a disappointment for Argentina, who's really had their chance in the second half, didn't they?
Yes, indeed. They came back well after being down. But in the end, he spoke about Candelon maybe using the drop kick as an option. Well, he didn't need it. He got over for the 5-pointer.
Too right. So an exciting one. Well, it's always so close between these two. It's absolutely fascinating. And there it is. It's the win for France, 17-12. Remember last year, it was Argentina beating France in the plate final, 14-7. So they've turned it over. There's some of the facts there.
Well, I'm joined pitchside by Bill Pulver, Chief Executive Officer of the Australian Rugby Union. Bill, I know you're a huge supporter of the Sevens. First and foremost, you must be delighted that Australia are doing you proud.
Look, I am thrilled. They've played superb rugby all weekend. The first game against Scotland, 21 all. They were 21-7 up with about a minute and a half to go. That put a bit of a fright through us, but ever since then they've played superbly. And great game this morning. So South Africa next, here's hoping.
In terms of the programme, we're seeing lots of players go from Sevens up to Super Rugby. Is it possible that we'll see players going the other way?
I think it's absolutely certain to happen. As we move towards the Olympic Games, I've already got a lot of Wallabies telling me that they're very interested in going to represent their country to Rio. So it will happen. You know, 2015 probably the time to, I think a lot of the really elite guys would like to do the Rugby World Cup in the 15th game and then consider going to the Olympics. So it'll happen. And look, as this game grows, it'll actually change the shape of rugby internationally, and you'll see a lot of crossover between the two games.
And what about this event, the Australian round of the HSBC Sevens World Series? You must have cities queuing up, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. They must be queuing up around the corner to host this.
Yeah, look, we do. Everybody appreciates that Sevens is a big part of the future of this game, and we've got governments really across every state talking to us about the opportunity to host this sort of event. We've got a relationship here that goes through at least till the end of 2014. This is a fabulous stadium. You can see the weather. You've got a wonderful beach just over there. There's a lot to like about up here on the Gold Coast. But you're right, there's plenty of states that are very interested.
Thanks, Bill. We'll let you go and enjoy the rest of the Sevens.
My pleasure. Okay, man. Thank you. Cheers.
Vincent Deniot. Surprised in a way that the two of his quickest players, Delmas and Candelon, are on the bench, but we'll see. pretty nice here, isn't it?
Beautiful, Nigel. Beautiful weather, some beautiful scenery. I'm expecting this one to be a real physical matchup between Argentina and France. I just think that they play a similar type of game plan, and maybe that's the thing.
And 14-7 it was to Argentina, and they've been so close. They met in Wellington, they met in Las Vegas, and there was only one score there, and here we go. So it's very close, this two. And Argentina, well, I think Santiago Gomez-Cora, the new coach, has been very sensible. He's bringing new players, giving them experience, and only 4 of them here were last here in that plate final. With a side now, he's got Finco, Arruali, Cortez in the start lineup here. France, well, they have much more. Remarkably, continuity. They had 8 of them here last year, and continuity is very important. They've lost a key player, I think, in scrum half, Brahwa, who broke his jaw just recently, but he's brought in a couple of players, and Icardi is there, the new one. Paul Albadejo, 40th test here, and 24th for the captain.
Thinking of Pomerau taking off his fast men and putting in some more beef.
It's a bit hot outside, I tell you. Must be something around about 32, something like that for the players. It's exhausting. They can't strip off like they can. Well, it's going to be an interesting one, this one, I think. Very close in the past. And they'll be looking to be the winner in the bowl final to beat Canada. It's interesting, really, Carl, that some of these coaches have brought in new players to get the experience, whereas France don't.